Hey guys, welcome to another ramble. Um, I apologize for this poor light quality. There's nothing I can do about that, so let's just roll with it. And yeah, this ramble. Well, first of all, I hope you're doing well. I hope you are enjoying this beautiful day. I hope you are just like having a beautiful enjoying and taking time to be grateful for the little things that create a beautiful life, um shoot, so what was this going to be about? This was going to be about people who are loners, people who are like, just kind of like lifing. And honestly, most of the time, like, you're by yourself. You're kind of like a hermit, a loner. You're like I don't know, a man standing alone most of the time, and it's been like that for most of your life. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I've encountered people who had the potential to be like a good lifelong investment, but then at some point of life, when things shift, whether it be in myself or the other person, then the path that we are or were currently on kind of like diverts into opposing directions. And then, yeah, it's been like that my whole life. I low key, like, not even envy, what is the word, like, I low key, I don't know, like when I see people who are like part of a friend group or a family group, and they're really tight knit, and they get along and they have each other's back, and it's a healthy relationship, and I see them like that connection, like withstanding the test of time. I low key like wish I was able to participate in such things, but that hasn't been my the cards of faith have not aligned in such a way for me. And maybe you can relate to that. Like, you'll have like, well, I guess the point I'm getting to is I got a revelation about it, and I wanted to share it with you. Like, because I don't know about you guys, but for me, it's like I need to understand something so that I can like fully assimilate it and then move on. And I don't know where or how I get these revelations or downloads, but they pop into my mind when I'm asking questions and inquiring. Sometimes they just pop into my mind randomly when I'm not thinking about anything at all. But yeah, let's get to it. I feel like some people are meant to walk a lonely path, and some people are meant to be hermits. And the sooner we acknowledge this and we surrender the idea of, being a part of a closely knit group, like surrendering that idea and just accepting that that's what the cards of fate have dealt us, it definitely gets easier. You're not always like kind of like on the outside looking in and like, feeling, I don't know, disappointed. you know um yeah. And then I came to the conclusion, like, if you think about it, like, those people are probably in a particular leg of their life. And when I talk about life, I'm not just talking about this life, guys. I'm talking about like lifetimes. They're probably like in the leg of life where they're learning about community, and they're like immersed in herd mentality, where like everybody moves as a unit because they haven't learned how to operate on their own, individually, independently. You get what I'm saying? And I don't know, socially, I think we've been kind of like led to believe that, we're supposed to be part of a unit or a group. And I know, like, even though I do cherish like connections with people, regardless of how long or short it is, I've come to realize that, yeah, I'm a hermit. I'm meant to like stand alone. I'm a one-man band. I'm marching to the beat of my own drum versus the drum of everyone else. And even though it can be lonely and it can be painful, especially when you don't come to terms with it, when you don't come to terms with the way you're made or the way your life was constructed to be, when you don't come to terms with that, yeah, it's very painful, you know, and you do feel lonely. And you're like, well, how come I can't connect with anyone? You're on a different frequency, guys. You're on a different, higher leg of the journey, you know. We've kind of like chosen, or we've learned enough lessons or acquired enough experiences to rise above the herd mentality or the hive mentality. You know, we're independent thinkers. We're able to think on our own. We don't need to like look for someone else per se to like make decisions. Not only that, like I've noticed, like when you are on your own and you are alone, and I've said this in a lot of my videos, you have that time to sit in silence, to really hear yourself, you know, to really hear the voice of God or the universe or whoever you subscribe to. You know, it's all subscriptions to stories. But yeah, when you're in silence, when you're not surrounded by the mental projections of everyone around you, you know, you can really hone in and see clearly, and then you get to know yourself, you know. And I think this is what the whole journey is, you know. It's about knowing oneself, the journey back home to the self, you know. And it's hard to make that journey back home when you are binded and tied down and really connected to like the hive mentality or the herd mentality, you know. It's really hard to do that because, you know, you don't know how to think on your own. You don't know how to like differentiate like what you like, what you don't like, what you will tolerate, what you won't tolerate, what is a deal breaker, what is not a deal breaker, who you are, your preferences, you know, what feeds your soul, what uplifts your heart, you know, what opens your heart, what closes it down. You know, you won't be able to like differentiate that if you're stuck in the hive mentality, because, you know, when you're in a hive mentality, like I want to say, like the group determines, you know, how you perceive things. The group determines like what you are exposed to, the influences, you know, which ultimately, you know, bleeds into your choices. And you know what I mean, because you're following everyone. You're not able to do it on your own. So yeah, I mean, this video is for people who are hermits and you kind of don't like that position in life, you know. It's just like everything is divinely orchestrated for you, you know. It is tailored specifically for you so that you can, you know, start the journey back home to yourself, you know, and know yourself, like know your soul, know your spirit, know your heart, you know, versus the heart and the spirit of the entities in this world, you know. And that's why, like I've mentioned in some of my other videos too, to like, you know, be in the world but not of it. You know, I'm in this world, but I'm not attached to anything. You know, I'm working on detaching. I'm working on releasing. I'm working on like liberating myself from this particular time-space dimension. So when, I know this sounds odd, but I mean, come on, lifetimes. But in the next leg of my journey, it's just like very clear seeing and clear being. So I will definitely like be more apt to, I want to say, be pulled into dimensions of life that resonate more with me, you know. Because right now it's really hard to make connections. Think about it. It's hard for you. Why is it hard for you to make connections? It's because you're on a different frequency. You're on a frequency that most people aren't aware exists, you know. And so when you're trying to look for connections and closeness, it's like you gotta like connect with people that are on the same frequency, but those people are far and few and in between. So the likelihood of meeting someone that is on the same frequency as you is very rare. You know, I mean, if you want to participate in worldly things, many people are there. You know, there's a lot of people who are like participating in, like, I don't know, like in my country, it's like football. you know, and I'm just like not into football, you know. So, and then a lot of people like to recreationally eat and drink and shop, and I'm not really like that, you know. I could sit in nature and just chill. And then also a lot of people are like immersed in like the political aspects, you know, catastrophic events that are occurring. You know, I don't subscribe to that. So it's like for me to find someone who vibes with me in that way, that has similar experiences, that can bind the connection together. You know, like we have similar elements, similar life experiences that become binding. It's very rare, you know. And even if I do meet these people, it's just like really like touch and go. It's not something that I like hold on to for the rest of my life. It's very rare. It's so rare for me to like connect with people on that level, you know. And so I've just kind of like learned like that saying, like, if you know what I mean, if you can't find good company, just, it's probably best to just be on your own. I mean, that's not my preference. I would rather like be among like-minded people, you know, and be able to like connect with people on the same frequency consistently long term. But that's just not what it is in this world. And you know, this whole earth dimension, it's school, guys. It's school. It's like people are, you know how like when you go to school you have like all these different age ranges and levels, and that's, I think my past video kind of touched on that. There's different soul ages, and we're all going to this earth school, if you want to use that analogy, so your mind can wrap its like arms around that concept. You know, this is a school. There's different levels and ages of souls here. We're sent here for development, you know. And you know, there's some people that are about to graduate, and then there's some that are still in preschool, you know. Then you have some that are working on their doctorates, you know. Yeah, so that's what it is. That's the analogy. What else was I going to talk about? Oh my god. Well, this video is running a little long, on the longer side, but let's just keep going. I don't know about you guys, but 2025 has been like crazy for me. So it's weird. Like I thought like, okay, like on New Year's Eve, I went to bed early, you know, it was very peaceful, woke up peaceful, thought I was setting the tone for this year, but I guess I wasn't setting the tone. The tone was being set by the universe. And oh my god, like, I guess, I don't know, I'm one to like try to look for the silver lining in things. So despite things going crazy, I'm still gonna look for the silver lining, you know. I'm like, okay, I know this is happening and it's really like throwing me off balance and off kilter, and it's kind of like I don't know, not a flow. It's kind of like hitting speed bump and roadblock after one after the other, despite me being cool, calm, and collected. It's definitely like there's events that are happening, and I don't know if it's myself, I don't know if it's collectively, but yeah, I've been talking to other people too, and they're just like, yeah, 2025 has been fucking weird. You know, it's not like, you know how like you have some years and it's just great, like, you know, everything's like in sync and in alignment, and it's a flow of like, not like, you know what I mean, like just good things constantly like arising. No, this is not. It's interesting, and I feel like, and then even like technological things, I'm just like so like over it, guys. I don't know about you guys, but you know, they've gotten us really hooked on technology. And then like with AI coming out, they're really like distorting the information. I mean, to the point where they can like put your face on someone else, or like probably even like they've been collecting the data off of people for so long. And then if it's in the hands of people who are not who do not have best intentions in mind, they could just totally just, it's almost like the stuff in movies is coming true. You know, like people can like just go into your account and just like make you at zero balance. It's, I don't know. I don't want to spread paranoia. I just want to spread awareness that maybe stepping away from the digital technological aspect of things, and then they're distorting the information so like nobody knows what's what, you know, what's true, what's untrue. It's just so distorted. And I'm like, honestly, I think it disrupts my natural state that I'm low-key gonna step away from it. And if I do go on, it's just gonna be for like, I don't know, like essential things. Like I'm not gonna be like on it for too long, which is good, I guess. You know, it's forcing me to just be in reality, you know. I don't know, I've been like talking to people and they're getting like hacked, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? But I feel like a lot of, I don't know, I feel like it's one of two things. Either one, things that have gone unaddressed for way too long, that have been suppressed and pushed aside and swept in the rug, is finally coming to the surface. You know, kind of like pus coming out of a wound. You know, it's really, how do I say, it's a necessary thing, but it's also kind of gross to deal with. You know, like when the pus comes out of the wound, you know, it's gross, the pus is there, but you know, that's part of the healing process. You need to get all that stuff out, you know. And then the second reason is to just totally dismantle like old storylines, to hopefully create a newer foundation that is more beneficial to the collective and not just a few. I don't know, just spouting theories out there. It could be true or untrue, who knows, because you have everybody distorting information at this point. It's like the only thing you can really like rely on is your own perception, but then it's like, how true is your perception if you haven't been doing any work? You've just been like blindly following what everyone else is telling you. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, oh, I hope you're having a great day. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not having the best day, but I'm still, you know, here, and I'm still keeping on. You know, you gotta keep on keeping on despite what the freak is happening. Yeah. Anyways, you guys take care of yourself, okay? Take care of yourself, be well. Thanks for stopping by, and until next time, blessings to one and all. Amen.